All right, our guests today absolutely love to kick ass. They love to kick ass of genres in particular, as they bend every genre, proactively break their borders. Their music is filled with surprises and organically real life elements, which we love because it feels so natural. Big welcome to my friends from Elements of Surprise.
Yeah.
Congratulations,
Hello.
Robin.
Hi.
Hello.
Autumn Stories, I should say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's it going, guys?
Yeah. It's nice. Nice to be on the show, man.
Nice. Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
nice to have you as well. And yeah, it's fun because we know each other in real life and Dutch, and now we're doing it in English just to make sure you can tell the story a bit broader.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really fun. We had a performance of you guys at the community gathering this year. Good news, that's coming next week. So if you're watching this and you're excited for that, just stay tuned because that's coming in. But I thought it would be super fun to have a little chat with you guys as well, so that we can discover a bit more about your music, how you guys got together, how your sound developed, and everything you're doing right now, and the EP you released in 2021, because that's also filled with gems, in my opinion. So yeah, I thought let's have a little chat.
Yeah. Nice.
Look,
Yeah.
Cool.
good.
It was a premiere, of course, to the community gathering.
Yeah,
It was the first show, so that was nice to have.
really fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a really fun, like, intimate setting, and yeah, it. Yeah, I gotta say, like, for also doing it outdoors and the question marks with the technique and stuff, it worked out pretty well.
Yeah.
I heard, Aziri, that you have a challenge with the edit, but at least in the
Yeah.
moment it was really fun.
It was a nice first performance, and also, yeah, not too much pressure because there are
Mm.
a lot of friends and not too big of an audience. So it was really nice first
Yeah.
first show to do.
Low key, so it's always good.
Yeah. Also fun to check it out then, because like it's quite a mix of like acoustic and electric, and
Yeah.
it's also like, how do you approach that then, like a first time, because it's like quite a new thing you're doing, and you have to figure out how you incorporate the acoustic things and the electric things. How was that then of a process to prepare?
Well, we just when we made the songs, we muted all the guitar parts, and then we were trying to do, okay, what are we going to play ourselves with, like, a backing text, because we obviously can't. We are not an octopus, so we can't play all the parts ourselves. So we just, okay, we'll take the two guitar parts, of the most important ones, and then we, like, okay, just use the drums for the backing tracks and the synthesizers and all the FX and all the other stuff. And we do the vocals and the guitars ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. For the gig was
really
only to do the parts that we like to do the most, like the guitar and the singing. And that was easy to practice with the backing track. And that was the setting.
Yeah. Yeah, because like what we will hear later when we listen to a few of the tracks as well, like there's also quite some electronic elements in it, so to say, which are like another challenge as well to do that live. But I remember you said, Aziri, as well afterwards, that you found it really fun to do something with the guitar instead of like the electronic things that you normally do when you perform like as a DJ or something. So
Thing is, like, I like it a lot because, like, the two things I love, like they come together. Because like a little bit the band, the sound of the band, or the guitar stuff I did, and then the electronic parts, like, it's more of a how do you say it? It's more like a human and more also for fulfilling to do, and you can combine your two music tastes more genres you like. So that's what I love about it.
yeah.
And it's still our goal to grow to an octopus so that we can do everything at the same time.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
maybe some extra arm or something would be handy.
I really want to play drums on some tracks, but yeah,
Cool. Yeah, I want to ask like a question before I dive a bit deeper into like how it all came together and the story behind that. But it's a question that I just always open with because I find it really fun to hear the different answers and the different interpretations. And that's how would you describe what you do creatively yourself as elements of surprise?
I'll give this
Being an
one.
octopus, I hear now, but
I'll give this one to
To-
Robin first.
to do what we like is what counts counts in these days. That's one specific thing. Yeah, it's it's especially the collaboration that's nice, and most of all, I thrive the best on working together and getting inspiration from what someone else does. So
Yeah.
that's the best part. Like I can do some solo things or something, but working together and this special with Aziri, yeah, it's just chemistry that always works. It doesn't matter
Yeah.
what we come up to. It has, yeah, it will work or it will work out somehow.
Somehow
Yeah.
it doesn't matter who. Like
Yeah.
someone comes up with the idea and throws it back to the other one, and then yeah, most of the time there's a song comes out of it. So yeah,
very cool.
Yeah.
in one
But,
way.
the dynamic is also nice. It's like laid back. It's no, and especially I think that what works best with us is that there's no pressure on it. You
Yeah.
know, it's like no pressure to fix something or no pressure to strive to do better. It's just it comes as it is, and yeah, it works as how it should be.
Yeah, just very organic and not pressuring yourself with like, yeah, what you can quite often see with musicians, which I also understand, but like trying to get a release out every month or trying to set very strict deadlines or things like that. It doesn't feel like that to you.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's what it is. And
Yeah.
you know, it doesn't matter if we wait a year or we would wait like 16 years or something. When there's a moment to get, oh, there's always something new to create. And even when we are still busy with something, then so, yeah, and with the song that we are trying to put together, something new comes up. Okay, we do it, we park it, and then we will go
Yeah.
back to where we were, what we're working on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
and come back to it later.
Yeah. So just to try and understand a bit how it all came together, like you both individually made your own music already as Adoration and as Autumn Stories. And then at some point you decided to like come together. Like, is it because you knew each other already, right? Like,
Now, well,
here's
Well,
Go
wait,
way
wait.
back.
you're forgetting our very first band, Way Outside. We played in it was around 2006
Yeah,
that I
exactly.
met Robin through another friend of mine, Ashwin, who was at mine in my class at the school I went to, and also he was with the same guitar teacher as me. So I knew Ashwin, and we wanted to start a band, and he did drums, but we needed a singer or another guitarist. So yeah, I knew this guy Robin, and I don't know exactly how you guys knew each other.
Yeah, I knew Ashwin from high school, and
Okay.
we one or two times practiced in the attic of our parents, and there he was playing the drums, and that was nice, a nice connection, and after that, yeah, that's what
the rest is history.
the rest is history.
Yeah, that was
Crazy.
our first project,
Yeah.
Way Outside, and we played punk songs, and we played also a little bit of alternative rock and metal. So it was a little bit of a clash of different styles as well, but most guitar music.
So it was already there that you like kind of were experiencing or like experimenting also with different genres and stuff within
Yeah,
the band
as
then
well.
like in 26 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we hold up
Yeah.
like 4 years or something, 4 or 5 years, and we played gigs all around the Netherlands. 10 in total, I think, and we made a EP also.
Yeah.
And that, yeah, after that,
We kept in touch always, like do stuff with our old band. So, but like me and Ashwin, we were playing also in another band called Hope of Days with also Stuff who was singing over there and other people. And Robin always just went also to our shows, and we also kept in touch. And then the other band quit as well, Hope of Days. But all the people in the band, most of the people, we always got together and just also did like fun stuff. So go out for eating and play games at each other's house, and we'll do like a get together. And we always kept like in touch. And they came to my gigs when I was playing at Kill the DJ and stuff. So yeah.
So it was more than just a band playing together. Like it was a band of friends. Like
Band of friends always from the beginning. So
that's
and
great.
still on.
Yeah. Cool. And at what point then did you decide to like create something even more genre bending and combine, like you started getting more interested into electronic music then, Aziri? And then at some point you decided to mix that up?
Well, yeah, I made like the switch from the last band I played, Hope of Days, to electronic music because I was like, I quit the band. I was like a little bit of like bored of the heavy music and not so to say heavy music, but the metal, that community a little bit. I don't know. It felt all the same, and I was a bit boring, and also I found it quite hard to get everyone on the same page when you're playing in a band, and not to become big or famous, but just to write songs and be getting everybody to like the songs and finish the songs, writing them. So and then play them, and it's too long, and I was like, okay, maybe I just go do something solo, and then I met a friend of mine, Frank Kienitz, Frank, and we quit our bands at around the same time, and he got me in a lot of cool electro music like Boys Noise, Bloody Beetroots, all that kind of stuff. And I also got from another friend of mine, Steven. He said to me, "Yeah, well, I know this cool genre called dubstep." So he showed me dubstep stuff, and I saw Pendulum live at Lowlands because everyone they pushed me to watch Pendulum. Yeah, you have to watch Pendulum because it's such a great band. I'm like, yeah, I don't know, this dance music is kind of boring. It's like it sucks, man. But after a couple of while going to the shows, and I went also to Nero. That was one of my first dubstep shows. So I went to that one, and I was like, whoa, this music is so different, but it has a little bit also the same attitude as metal and alternative stuff, but it's, I don't know. And then I fell in love with dance music, and I started to do producing and DJing, and started Kill the DJ, our dance night.
Yeah. And how was that for you, Robin? Then when the band fell apart, so to say, that you were playing in?
Yeah, I had my focus most of all at school at that moment. So I did repetition and so on. That was not as plannable as it used to be. And it was laid back for a while. Also, the playing instruments was not my priority at that moment. But when school was done, after a while, I decided to pick up an instrument and concentrate more on acoustic music. And from that on, developing myself and finger picking, listening most of all, like Jack Johnson, very nice acoustic music. That triggered me to do some stuff with acoustic guitar. And it was just with practicing. At some point, I think 5 years ago, I decided to start an own project like Autumn Stories, and record some music acoustic on my own. And as Aziri said, we're in touch. And at that moment, I said, well, let's get together. Maybe we can record some acoustic stuff, or maybe we just do whatever we like. I know that was at in Roosendaal at RBC was the first time. Where I lived at the stadium where you lived back then. And that was just the start of something new. We inspired us by the environment, and after that it was doing some electronic. You were working on the music, or I had some ideas, you had some ideas, and then we saw you have ideas on the acoustic stuff. I had some ideas for you to try out, and it was not the typical ideas because it was different genres, and the ideas from that music put on that genre. What we say that collided very well.
Yeah, and it was funny because it really kicked off when the the Corona pandemic.
Yeah, exactly.
That when we really started to write something different. Because at first it was like, oh, okay, cool, and it was a little bit more of the typical way outside what we did earlier.
Yeah.
But then a little bit more acoustic, and we were like, it's cool, but we weren't really motivated to like record and go to the process. And when there was like the pandemic, we were like, okay, we should come. Yeah, we got back together again, and we tried to write something. And I was like, maybe you should try to make this weird electronic beat and put over acoustic guitars, and Robin had a loop station.
Yeah,
then we started
it.
That started with like fiddling with the loop station, and he like recorded one note, and then we had like pap, pap, and then he did like a riff over the note, and then it got like more and more and more.
Yeah,
and
we were on a point with 10 loop lines or something.
Yeah, and then we recorded all the IDs separately, and then I put on like this typical like house electro beat drums, and then finally it became Drink With You.
Yeah, I was instantly hearing that when you just did that one note already.
Yeah.
And then the fire started.
That's very fun. Yeah. So that's like the first thing you created as well, like Drink With You. That's like the first thing
song.
that
and
came up.
Yeah, and the fun thing was like that was our first track, but we wanted the intro for that track. So we got with the name Diffusion because of the two styles coming together. So we got the name Diffusion, but we wanted a cool intro to connect with Drink With You. So I took the guitar parts of Drink With You, and I started like making this drone bass line, and then built around all that stuff. So I put in piano and violins and all the kind of stuff, and then at the end we had like the line that Robin's just said a few minutes ago.
Began with a fire, and now it's set ablaze. We try to combine, we try to amaze.
Yeah.
We do to do what we like is what counts in these days.
Yeah, and that's the that's the intro, and that's like the metaphor for all the music we make. So
because it's also the intro of the EP, actually, right? It's and then going into Drink With You, and then the rest.
It started with a fire, and we started like really, slow, I don't know, simple, low-key. And then we're like, oh, okay, this is something. Okay, oh, but this is cool, and then
and that's nice because I think that's very important. But we get like really hyped from our from our own music because it's so enthusiastic, you know, that what's happening and how we try to combine, and also when we are making it, like the intro or something, we are sitting next to each other, and I said, oh, maybe put that, or maybe put that there, or maybe that was something harder, or it's cool to do some violins in it, and then searches things up. That creates just a lot of energy and motion in the thing.
So in your process, is it also that you really kind of need to sit together in the room to create the best things, or is it a mix of working on a distance, or how does that work for you?
Differs.
Yeah.
Differs, because sometimes Robin has an idea and he just some of the guitar parts are just recorded with an iPhone.
Yeah.
So he just records this acoustic guitar with an iPhone and just sends it to me, and I'm like, "Oh, your recording sounds good enough. Okay, I can do
work
it.
with that.
I can work with that." And I just build a whole song around it or an idea, and I send it back to Ron like, "Yeah, nice."
That's what happened with Hourglass, the number on the
Yeah.
EP. Like I
Yeah, that's
recorded it, and it was like you hear some white noise from the dishwasher that's on,
Yeah.
but also from the baby phone because
Yeah.
my children were asleep upstairs, and then I recorded it. I sent it to Aziri, and that he was making the rest of the song like in moments. Like
Yeah,
amazing.
in an hour, he sent something back. Yeah, listen to this.
Yeah. That's the chemistry what you have then as well, what you mentioned earlier. Like it's just working for some reason. Like
Also,
Yeah.
Yeah.
also in Way Outside, we had that always, like with ideas, and then it just like works, like bouncing off ideas constantly, and
Yeah.
and neither of us have like, oh, this sucks, or yeah, like it's maybe like 1% that sometimes we're like, nah, not this, but it's almost never.
Yeah.
But it's also, and that's also why maybe some things take time. Like it's not, we always try it. And we try it, and then we say, be honest to each other. Also, nah, that's not going to work because it's just not that thing that we need or that we're searching for.
Yeah.
But that takes time because then you have to erase that part and create something new. But it's like popping up ideas, but also be honest to if to each other if the ideas work. Yeah.
Yeah. So don't be shy and like fair, direct feedback without any weight on it is just important for the relationship to work, so to say. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you just touched on something that I'm also very curious for, because you said like I recorded a bit of the dishwasher and the baby phone and those kind of things. That's really something that stands out for me, and that's also intertwined with the formation name, like Elements of Surprise for me, as how I perceive it at least. Is that something you always did, or how did you come up with the idea of, because it's not just one song, you know, it's like in all the songs you have these little things. You have like Black Gold Rush, where you have the coffee machine in the beginning, and you hear it with like the drinks, and it's like in all the songs. So yeah, is that something you consciously choose, or is that something that just naturally came, or
just happens with the song,
Naturally,
with, like
yeah.
inspiration? With the drinks in Drink With You, that's really funny because I when I started playing guitar, I listened a lot to Blood for Blood, the hardcore punk bands from America. They quit a long time ago, but it was really my jam back then. And they have a lot of this. It's like a little bit of like bar music. Like they have all the time like people yelling in the background and cheering, and you hear like the clinging of the bottles against each other, and people shouting like drink, 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 and then the guitars come in like
like pop brawl music?
it's like brawling punk bar music, and that was like my association when we made that song. Like, oh, we have to do like this kind of Blood for Blood stuff in the background, and it's from like a whole different genre, but yeah, we get the inspiration from all the stuff we like. So yeah.
Yeah, and also just from where we are, like the coffee machine, it was also at a repetition session. We didn't plan to make that song, but we were like going to have a break and make a coffee, and well, shit.
Oh, this is a beat. Is this a beat?
This is
a
nice.
beat.
And you know, like some people create like first lyrics and so on, and make a song around that. But we always did that also by in Way Outside. We first created like music, and then I tried to feel for what kind of vibe is in the music, is in the kind of playing. And after that, I wrote some lyrics and checked it out with Aziri van Adel. Do you think these lyrics will fit?
Yeah.
And that's also in one thing that comes back to Elements of Surprise. It's like we create most of all first the environment, and after that we fill it in with all the gaps that we have and the lyrics.
Yeah. And sometimes Robin has like a set of lyrics, and
It's also
like maybe
possible. Yeah.
could fit, and then we try, and yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm just curious also for like drink review, because you mentioned like it's fun and this is how the idea shaped, and that's a lot of fun parts. And I hear a lot of like, yeah, we're really working this chemistry and it all just comes together automatically and stuff. But I bet there must have been some challenge with drink review. Like, is there something that really challenged you with that song as well?
Maybe not specifically with Drink With You, except the part like reconstructed to playing live. I think that was the biggest challenge. And we made it like we played it, so we knew we could play it, but we recorded it and we edited it and we put the FXs in it, and then there was an opportunity for the community gathering to play live. But we always hicked up to that part for, oh shit, how are we going to play this song live? And I think that was the biggest part, that we almost like forgot, how did we play this song and which element did we put in it? So
what are the guitar parts and stuff? Like,
so we really had to dissect the whole song to see, and then we were like, it's not that difficult. It's pretty simple. Like, but that's nice. also a key. That's most of the time working with us. Like, also in Way Outside, it's like, don't make it hard. Like, keep it simple but keep it nice. And that's that's also what works. Not make it too difficult or so.
Fun, like
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Yeah, I would really love to just give a listen to Drink Review.
Okay.
And just vibe to that a bit together, and then I got some questions about it maybe afterwards. But,
okay, cool.
We'll see. So this is Drink Review, Elements of Surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
I saw you standing in a lame ass bar. You live next door, but came by car. Said you don't care about the environment and how the world comes to its end. You just kept talking, more shit came out. Heard something racist out of your mouth. And then you asked me what I want to drink, and then I knew just what to think. Finished, but still went on. All of a sudden, your friends came along. You were all posing for a profile pic. It looked so fake that it made me sick. Began to trash talk about them all. You didn't care how hard they thought. And then you asked me what I want to drink, and still I knew just what to think. I don't think I wanna have a drink with you. I don't think I wanna have a drink with you. I don't think I wanna have a drink with you. Fucking done with it. Gotta get out of here. Alright, let me explain one thing or two. It's not me, it's really you. The way you think ain't gonna get you far. Forever stuck in this lame ass bar. Watch me leave, I'll drop the mic. Go to a place I really like. Let me show you how it's done. Now bring my crew, let's get it on. Let's get it on, 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 let's get it on. Let's get it on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Before I have an important question about that song for you guys, I have an important question for everybody watching or listening, and that is if you can come up with a name for this genre or sound, drop it in the comments because I'm very curious for that. But what I'm also very curious for from you guys is a very important question: is this song inspired by personal experiences?
Me, not for me.
Really?
I don't live next to the bar, but
Now, well,
No,
it's
but I thought maybe the date or I don't know.
yeah, yeah. It's about like a date that is really interesting. That's like I think it's Robin has written the song about like a imaginary situation.
yeah, I like to think, and that's also why I call the project Autumn Stories. I like to think most of the time in stories. Of course, it's like some songs are like more personal, but I also like to think in images and in stories. Like when I write, there is almost a whole clip in my mind that that I play off. So this is like. A fun idea that I saw a guy who went to a bar and like really psyched to go on a date, and then it was like a total, yeah, a total miss out on that at that point.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's but like the one part is like really true, like bring the crew and get it on. Like I imagined for how it is like when you have something that you don't like or that you dislike or not yeah in your expectations. What are you doing? Like searching for friends and having fun with them and go on like a kind of rampage or something.
Yeah.
It's nice and always good to do
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
yeah, and that's the bridge that he decides
Exactly.
to go away. This dude,
Yeah.
and then we recorded my door slamming against the yeah, shutting the door,
Mhm.
and then the guy is gone and he meets with his friends in the other bar, and he yeah, and then like you have the big electro chainsaw dirty drop, and that's the party with with his friends.
There it's fun. Yeah.
It's
There
always
it's
good.
fun.
It's always good to come back to your crew and
Yeah.
make some fun.
You know where your bros at. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's really cool. But I find it very interesting to hear like how you write them because when you say like you see a story playing, is there something that like triggers you in real life or something that then this idea arises, or how does that look when you like what happens right before you see this clip in your head or this you get this image? How does that shape?
Yeah, I don't know exactly how it was at this part. With
Did we?
drink with you, and I think it was most of all at the moment it was I don't think I want to have a drink with you, and
Yeah, we
around
started with the
with the
chorus.
and
We
around that
started.
part I was like, why? Like I like to ask also a lot of questions and be very curious of why wouldn't I have a drink with someone? Oh yeah, that's because that because someone acts like a total jerk or acts like
Yeah.
and that are personal standards, you know, on that part. So
Okay.
that's what created the other parts.
Yeah,
So
and I
it's
think
it's like start with something, being curious about that something, and then create something new.
And the idea of like the idea of like having a date with someone you don't like, because that's like I don't want to have a drink with you, and I get then from there you ask why would I not want that, and then you work it out. But where does the idea of like let's write a song about not wanting to go on a date with someone or wanting to leave like that first seed, like is that just randomly popping up, or is there something like that you hear it or like
No, yeah, this was randomly. I can help
Yeah.
it.
yeah, no, that's cool.
So
yeah.
that yeah.
I don't know how the idea just I think it started with the guitar loop, and then I think we came up with the melody, and then Robin came up with the lyrics, and then we're like building this whole situation around that, and
Cool.
then just like you said, why don't you want to go on a date? And then we wrote that down in the verses. So
Yeah.
okay, what happens in the verses? Oh, you meet up in the bar, and then yeah, maybe your day talks about this, and you don't like that, and then work it out like that.
Really cool.
Like the writing process, just to like Black Gold Rush, to pick it back on the coffee machine, is how it's a coffee machine. Why would I write something else? Let's make a song about coffee. What's specifically something for coffee? It's like, yeah, you get a rush and you get adrenaline from it. You get the caffeine shot, but also when you're in the caffeine shot, you are getting tired because of the caffeine, but also needing it. So you're in some kind of cycle. And then it just creates itself sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was really because you were going for a break when you were creating, and then there is something that really triggers it. So it both happens.
Yeah,
And,
exactly.
and then we also were like going with a challenge to record this, the drums with this toy drum set
Oh, sick.
from one of the kids of Robin.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Was it the
Because
That's
attic when
for
we
Black
were
Gold Rush,
recording?
then you mean?
Yeah.
I think the snare and the hi-hat are from the toy drums.
Yeah.
That's really cool. That's really cool. I think, actually, I wanted to talk about Black Gold Rush later. But now that we're
Okay.
talking on it, I
you want.
literally wanted to ask also, like, is there something that, like, people can, if they pay close attention, they can listen to it? And you literally answered that question already. So that's great.
Okay.
Do you know where the drum is, like the toy drum?
It's next to Robin.
No, I mean in the song. There you can hear it.
Oh, all
Also
the
next to me now.
just in the I think in the whole song.
Yeah.
You just use like the drum for all the drums, basically.
Yeah.
And then we added it.
And we wanted to use the
Awesome.
kick, but the kick wasn't sounding very good, so we scrapped that. But the hi-hat and the snare that are continuously playing in the whole song are the toy drums.
Yeah. And we also it was a little
Awesome.
bit of a mess, still is. I still have to clean it. But there was also like an old airco machine, and it had like a tube that you can pull out and get in. And then the thing that you hear in the beginning, we recorded like getting it in front of our mouth, and then pull it out, and then you get like a little vibey kind of and that was.
Is that
awesome.
the thing in the build up that it's like the coffee adrenaline rush coming in that you hear this?
Exactly.
Like, I thought it was like some sample of like
No,
No.
Dragon Ball Z or
Yeah,
something.
that's
a
sample from Dragon Ball Z.
vibe.
Yeah. That's
That is.
Oh, it
That
is.
that's Super Saiyan 3 Goku powering up.
That was a serious idea.
Yeah. Super like when you get like the coffee, you're like, and that's also why we
Awesome.
try to draw ourselves like Dragon Ball Z characters in the artwork from the E EP.
Yeah. And we also got like
Cool.
the fusion on the part of Dragon Ball Z, like when Trunks
Fusion
and
dance.
Goten do the fusion dance. That's a fusion. Ha! That's also part of it. So that's funny.
Awesome. Yeah, that's really cool. I don't think we can escape like listening to Black Gold Rush anymore now. So
That's
just
too
kind of
bad.
hit it on, and
Okay.
yeah, too bad. Really don't want to listen to this.
I don't want to hear it. Don't play it.
I'm gonna play it anyways.
No sleep last night. No sleep until morning.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah. I'll just say it one more time. If you know a name for the genre, drop it in the comments, because like, what's happening? Like, how would you call it as a genre? Like these sounds you got. I know you're not really looking to it probably, but
I think it comes close to alternative electro pop.
Oh, yeah.
cool.
I think that's the closest thing it comes to.
Cool. Yeah. Really,
Also, yeah. Yeah.
really cool song. Yeah. Well, really like that.
Oh, yeah.
Mm,
I just wanted to say a little thing about the vocals we
Yeah.
we did for this one, because they're like we did a vocal layering with this plugin called Vocal Synth, Vocal Synth 2 from I don't know the brand anymore. I came up with it, but anyways, originally there was just Robin singing normal, but it didn't have the vibe that we wanted to have, because it sounded, I don't know,
Too
off
clean.
or too clean.
Yeah.
We're like, okay, so you drink coffee and the coffee machine sounds like a robot. Can't we do a little bit of a more robotic voice to it? Because like, like you have this robot thing going off, and then like, okay, we just try to make a lower layer and blend the normal voice with a vocal synth voice. So it's like the synthesizer vocoder layer, and then Robin's normal singing voice, and then we just put the normal singing voice a little bit down in the gains, so we have this combined. And then in the little breaks, then Robin's normal voice comes back, and is that the interesting? Like, is the black gold, and that's the normal one, and then it goes back to the robot. So
yeah. That's a really cool thing about it, I find. Yeah.
And when you play close attention, you see like a little bit of like speeding up and slowing down in the vocal range. And that's also that was also the idea that came up with coffee. Sometimes you speed up and then you speed slightly down, and you take some and speed up again. So that was also funny to play with.
Yeah, it's really cool how you then like this idea comes up from that moment, and then you work it out like, okay, what are the things that fit with coffee for the lyrics, but you also incorporate it in like the production and in the sounds you use, and it's like really thought through. Like you grab a team and then you really spread that team, you stretch it out completely and see how can we make this about the team, like on every aspect of the whole song creation.
It's
really cool.
The good best songs are like have a team.
Yeah, definitely.
And you can build around that and make sounds around that. And just for example, the drop, the final part, we always tend to have a little bit of like a dance, bridgey kind of breakdown or drop at the end until now. So I really like that part the best, because I don't know why, I just hit it in my head like to have this kind of I don't know, trappy beats, dark. I don't know how we came up with it. It just felt like making that. So and then after like the power up going from the build up, also in that drop, and then we have like the vocals that go from left to right, saying cappuccino, macchiato, latte. All the types of coffee going from left to right.
Yeah.
It worked. It was like, oh wait.
And like also what you do while making coffee, like push it, grind it, like push the grind beat, just shout some coffee kind of things.
So you get this like push it, grind it, steaming, hot, cappuccino, macchiato, coffee latte, and then like with this dirty electro bass, like I like it.
Yeah.
So cool. I love it. Really cool. Great track. And I'm curious what if you have to mention from each other, like I'm just curious for the working as a duo a bit more. Like what if you had to give a few qualities about the other, like what they bring to the project to really take the project to another level. What are really the qualities that the other in this duo has, that the other brings?
I think
Whoever wants to take it away.
I take it away.
Rock, paper, scissors.
No,
No, just start.
the best part of Robin, I think, is coming up with a team and coming up with lyrics. That's one thing I really suck at, it is writing lyrics and coming up with, like writing a whole story or something. That's not my best quality.
Yeah,
But
no,
Robin's
it's
is.
Thanks, Paul. I think what like especially Aziri's quality is, and that's really what I saw the last time, is like patience, like patience patient dedication and focus on like he really pays attention to the details of mastering and remixing, and then also it's not like one day work or 1 hour work, it's like days work, and then he totally is into it and almost loses himself into that part. But just the focus and the patience to create it's good. Yeah. And then also the I think perfection. Like the when there's something wrong, say, let's do it again. No, it's not as good enough. Let's do it again. And it's not has to be like over perfect, but really perfect enough. So that's nice quality. Yeah.
Cool. That's really cool. And also something I'm curious for is, have you ever incorporated nature in some way in your music, or got inspired by it maybe, or maybe there's some hidden sounds here or there?
Yes, I think. Let me think really quick. I think not it at our the last AP, no, but I think in the new AP, yes, because we have the track Milky Way. That like we were still working on. We have like 5 songs also for the next coming up EP, and the track Milky Way. Also, we wrote also like a team first when I'm just made something, and then Robin got an idea from that.
Yeah, Jasper was originally part of the creation.
And you were also there.
There was one
At the farm.
At the farm, exactly. Like we were sitting outside, and we had a repetition session, and there was like a really clear sky with a lot of stars. And at that point,
I came home and then you had the beers, right?
Yeah, exactly. At that point, that was the first part that we created a little part of the whole song.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Just
so it's not only nature, but also like the space team.
Yep.
So that's like perfect for Aliens Love It.
Yeah, and that's why we choose this one to like have a little snippet listen. So like, okay, which one? Okay, Aliens Love Earth, Milky Way. Okay, let's do this one.
Yeah, exactly. Because that's like, we are allowed to share like a little snippet of it.
You can do the whole song if you want.
Yeah?
Yeah,
we can have that premiere. Oh, cool. That's cool. Then I'm not gonna let that be said twice.
The intro is important as well, so
cool. Then I'll make sure to add that in. Then we're gonna listen to the full song in a bit. But I'm first curious. You said new EP coming.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that word is out.
Busy working.
But you also said earlier that one of the things about this project is that you don't really push yourself or like force yourself too much.
Yeah.
So if I ask the question, any expected dates or years or decades maybe?
Next decade.
2 light years away from now maybe?
No.
I think definitely like next year.
Yeah.
Because like we have already
before GTA 6.
Ooh, I don't know when that's coming out, but
that's tricky. That's next year, I think.
Next year in fall. So maybe
making a deadline.
That does a deadline. All the meme jokes. We got this before GTA 6.
Oh, let's go!
I hear a new song already. We got this before GTA 6.
This maybe that's a good deadline. Yeah.
Cool.
Nice, yeah.
We're very excited for that. So I'm just gonna play Milky Way then, right?
Yeah.
Upcoming exclusive of Elements of Surprise.
Dear family, it's been a while since I broadcasted a new message to you. I hope you are doing fine and keeping true to yourself. I thought I would already be back and holding you in my arms right now, but reality hits different. I want you to know I only took the assignment in search for a new livable home to ensure you have a future where you can make your dreams come true. I lost track of time and I'm orbiting off the navigation for a while now. I think I took on a wrong direction after the solar storm damaged the ship and needed to reboot. I'm aware the longer it takes, the smaller the possibility gets I'll ever see your smiles again. This breaks my heart. Soon I will be out of reach of any communication, if not I already am. Know that I love you to infinity and beyond, and keep looking up to the stars. There's one thing I've learned, everywhere you are is home. I will hold on to the constellations. I will find my way back home. Down my mind, I've got mesmerized, all the colors in my sight. I got lost in the Milky Way, don't know where I am. I'm waiting for a sign, a beacon full of
That's quite a way to end the song, I would say. So
Yeah.
That's
It's also
that.
like a little bit of a tribute to what we did in the other songs.
Yeah.
A cool ending with not a lot of a lot of singing. So that's always nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Milky Way. Yeah. And it's like such a surprise how it ends then with that energy. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I love the switches of energy and the genres and stuff. It's,
Yeah, because it starts really
cool.
off like soundscape-ish.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because we got this idea from like Robin. We were like brainstorming what the song was about, and he was like saying, "Yeah, I see this guy trapped in a spaceship and who was like lost in galaxy and who couldn't find his like his planet again
Yeah.
or another
Yeah, it was-
spaceship."
Yeah, it was like sent off for a certain mission from Earth to like look for a new livable planet, and then he got lost in space.
Yeah,
that's
kind of
and trying to
interstellar.
communicate to his family or leave a message to his family.
Yeah,
And
that's the start of
that's
the
start of
song.
the story. Yeah.
And also
Cool.
we got like inspired for this because of this bass house like dubstep bass music producer called how is it called again? With the little soundscape-ish, the super great album it is, but I can't remember. Came up with his name.
Apache?
No, but it's
Oh, the other.
the other one. But
Yeah.
yeah, you know which one I mean.
Yeah.
But also he does
Put them in the
also
comments.
Yeah.
he
Do
does
you know which bass producer we're talking
you know
about?
which one I mean? Put it in the comments below. No,
Yeah,
no, but
I was really crazy about that one. Like, it's the concept with the talking in between about
Yeah.
a security parameter and
yes,
yeah,
and also this like apocalyptic world he created, post-apocalyptic world. With like a robot kind of sounds and soundscaping and really sick sound design. So we got like inspired by that as well and put it incorporated a little bit in this song.
yeah. It's a really cool album. I'm really shitty that I can't come up with it now.
Yeah.
As well. Like, we're with 3 people here that know the album, but we can't come up with it. Like 3
I
people.
see the name in front of me, but I
Yeah. I also see like the artwork and stuff.
yeah. Because also the his name is with the pyramid instead of the A
Yeah.
or levitate.
Yeah, that's it. I was also like getting there more and more. Levitate, yeah.
Levitate, yeah.
Yeah, that's really a cool album to check out if you're into creative bass stuff. It's Legacy, right? The album.
Yeah, Legacy. Yeah,
Yeah.
I really recommend it and you have to listen from the first song to the last because it's a whole concept
story,
and
huh?
whole story.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Make sure your Spotify is not on shuffle there. Yeah, definitely.
no.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, we're almost like talking for an hour already, so I'm kind of going towards the end a bit.
Okay.
But before that, I want to ask one question that I always end with as well, and that is if you have one tip that you can share that everyone can use to either protect or save the planet a bit, what would it be?
That's a good question. I think the best what you can do is to reduce your footstep and that you make, and what kind of thing you do doesn't really matter. Like, as you can like wipe out your whole footstep just to reduce it, like do little things like recycling or put the trash in the right bin, of course. Don't leave trash in nature. I think that are the most things that are like little stuff to do. But yeah, reduce your footstep, and how you do it, it doesn't matter as long as you do it.
Yeah. Yeah, cool.
Yeah. I also get really annoyed that just people leave all their crap on the ground. So
Yeah.
just pick your stuff up and try to be mindful of stuff you eat and I don't know, just
Mindful,
maybe
it's a nice thing. Yeah.
yeah, and
Be aware.
maybe take the bike when you don't need to drive per se. So
Yeah.
for short distances, walk, take the bike, take a train, maybe once in a while if you have the money
Yeah.
for it. That kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I found that one very cool. I heard that one, I think, a few times now. With like, just be conscious about what you're doing, indeed. And like, also, I think it was the talk with Ari Joshua. Like, he also said, like, just pause and count to 10 and just take your 10 seconds to realize what you're doing and just be a bit
Yeah.
more mindful. And you cannot do that through the whole day, but if you start doing that like a few times a day, like 10 seconds is not like a lot of time, then
No.
yeah. And then from there you will make other decisions probably
Yeah.
already. Yeah.
Yeah, I
But
think
thanks for
that's
sharing
a
these. I
very
think
good
it's
thing.
very
of course.
important. Yeah. Yeah. Well, thanks a lot, guys. I really had a blast. It was really
Yeah.
fun to
You're welcome.
like
It's good.
get to know you a bit better and also to understand like your creative process a bit, and also if you have any challenges or like how you work around them, but also like how your process works and how you get the ideas and stuff. I just find
Yeah.
that really interesting to figure that out, and
Yeah.
I think it might be for others as well. So
Yeah.
Nice.
yeah.
I could talk also
For
1
hours.
hour more about this. It's really fun to explain the creativity and just share the ideas. It's so
As
fun.
long,
to do.
Wow.
as long as you keep fun at the main course of what you are doing,
Yeah.
that gives you energy. That's the most important part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this
Yeah, that
exciting
sounds good.
exciting spark for like, yeah, this could work, or I want
Good
to,
energy.
yeah, I want to work on this because I have this idea and I want to get it on all the sounds in the computer, so to say.
Yeah. Well, in that case, if you say you can talk for even longer, then I would say let's make an appointment in the agenda for just before GTA 6 releases.
Just
and then we
before
can have a talk about the second EP that's coming up.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's also nice. Yeah.
Let's
Yeah,
do
we're
it.
really excited for it. Yeah,
It's a
let's do
deal.
that. And
Yeah,
also
why not?
very excited for like your live performance that you did at the community gathering. That's
Yeah.
gonna air like exactly a week from now. So yeah, stay tuned. Give
Yeah.
us a follow also on YouTube or wherever you are listening,
Yeah.
because we restore 1 square meter of landscape for every follower. But then you are also get a notification if next week the live performance is live from Elements of Surprise.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you guys once again for everything,
You're welcome.
sharing
Thank you.
everything, and
Thanks.
Yeah, we'll see each other soon.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, cheers.
Bye bye.
I need a cup of coffee to get out of my head. I need a cup of coffee to get out of my bed. I need a cup of coffee to get out of my head. I need a cup of coffee to get out of my bed. I need a cup of coffee to get out of my head. I need a cup of coffee to get out of my bed. I need a cup of coffee to get out of my head.